Hello, everybody. This is Maurice Button. I'm the CEO of City and Financial Global, and I'd like to welcome you to the next in our series of speaker interviews. Today, I have the pleasure of talking to Mark Babington, who's the Executive Director, Regulatory Standards at the Financial Reporting Council. Mark will be amongst the keynote speakers at the third annual Sustainability Reporting Summit, which is being held in London on the 31st of January. Mark, welcome.
Thank you. Very pleased to be able to join you.
Very good to have you with us. Turning to our first question, how significant do you think the publication of the two ISSB sustainability standards have been for corporate reporting?
Well, I think it's really helped to drive the agenda forward. You have to remember that the commitment to set up a sustainability standards board and to develop standards was something that came out of COP26.
Yeah.
And for those of you who observe the standard setting world, it normally moves at a fairly gentle pace. So the fact that we've actually got standards that we can discuss and that can be used is a huge achievement. And I think also one of the things that we heard from investors all the time was that we need to see coalescence around a global set of standards for high quality, consistent reporting.
Yeah, I mean, it's that very point, isn't it, that having coalescence, having standardization, across the myriad standards that previously existed. In terms of the UK implementing the ISSB standards, do you think the UK's sustainability disclosure standards are likely to differ very much from the ISSB standards?
So there'll be a process in order to endorse or adopt the standards for use in the UK, and that will be a process that we work with our colleagues from the Department for Business and Trade. Obviously, the decision on adoption and endorsement will be subject to a due process and a decision by the Secretary of State. But I think we all recognise the enormous benefits that have accrued to UK businesses from global standards in financial reporting, in audit, in ethics and independence. And it would be an enormous benefit if we could leverage that for the purposes of sustainability reporting too.
Yeah, no, indeed. And what is the role of the FRC in relation to the UK Sustainability Disclosure Technical Advisory Committee, or TAC, I believe it's known as?
So the TAC is one route of providing advice to the Secretary of State on whether or not standards should be adopted or endorsed in the UK. And the FRC is providing the technical secretariat, which the TAC will use to commission evaluations of the standards to determine their fitness for purpose and to see how well they support corporate reporting objectives that the government might have. So we will be helping by doing some of the heavy lift to inform the discussions that the TAC will have.
Okay, and you refer to your colleagues at DBT, who obviously are running, I think, the other committee involved in the process, the UK Sustainability Disclosure Policy and Implementation Committee, or PIC. So how do TAC and PIC fit together?
So there are really sort of two aspects of the process to provide advice to the Secretary of State. The TAC is tasked with providing technical advice to the Secretary of State on how well the standards will meet objectives for sustainability reporting in the UK, and there will be factors that the TAC considers. The PIC is there to see how well the standards fit from a public policy perspective and to ensure that in adopting and endorsing the standards, they are consistent with the public policy objectives that government has for sustainability reporting and the provision of wider information to meet stakeholder needs. So there's almost like two aspects to the consideration which the Secretary of State would receive.
Okay, and the timetable, Mark, on this, how is it going to pan out in terms of timing, and when will the new standards be applicable in the UK?
Well, we're already aware, of course, that the ISSB standards will be used for reporting purposes from next year, from the 2025 reporting year. So one of the challenges for both the TAC and the PIC will be to provide advice on a timely basis to the Secretary of State so that we are not out of kilter with other reporting. And of course, one of the other things that we're very aware of is that the European Commission has, of course, tasked EFRAG with developing its own suite of standards to support CSRD reporting in Europe. And of course, there are a number of UK corporates that will be caught by CSRD reporting because they either have subsidiaries in Europe or material business. So our aim has to be to ensure that this reporting can come together in a way that is in the least onerous possible way for entities that are reporting in multiple jurisdictions.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. And is there going to be a consultation period on the new UK standards at some point this year, I suppose?
So we would see when the TAC and the PIC have provided advice to the Secretary of State and the Secretary of State has got a decision, then I believe the intention is that there will then be an opportunity to consult on that and ensure that it reflects stakeholder input.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. So watch this space in terms of the consultation. Mark, yes. I think we probably run out of time for now. So I just make the point that to our viewers, if you wish to hear more about this and how that the various standards that exist fit together, and the timelines of all of them, and the coverage of things such as Scope 3 emissions in the various standards, then please do attend our conference in person. The conference, again, the 3rd Annual Sustainability Reporting Summit in London on the 31st of January. More information available on the City and Financial website, www.cityandfinancial.com. Just remains to say, Mark, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us today.
Thank you.